Hello, can you hear me? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Hello and welcome to Atomic Movie Reviews Film Society. I'm your host, Atomicon Rex. Here we discuss films that have a narrative background in aliens, ghosts, robots, and monsters. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. All right, so me and the club went to go see Nosferatu. I was going to do a movie review on that, but I thought, nah, why? Should you watch it? Yeah. Should you go to the theater to watch it? No, it's not that great. But it is a good movie. I do recommend you watch that movie. Instead of doing that, we're gonna do a top 10. I mean, top 9 best vampire movies, in my opinion, that I think you should definitely watch before you kick the bucket. If you're going to kick the bucket soon, or if you're going to kick the bucket 90 years from now. Either way, these are my top 9 movies, vampire movies I think you should watch. I divided them into basically two categories: the real supernatural and the biological. So how I define vampire is basically something that preys on human beings. Um, and these are not really in any basic order. These are just kind of like thrown at the wall. So it's not, the first three are the best and the last three are the worst. They're all the best in their relative genre and film. Okay, so we'll start off with Bram Stoker's Dracula. I would call this the true supernatural vampire. It's one of the truest adaptations of the book material. I did read the book. This vampire is truly supernatural in the sense that it can transform into other night creatures. It has like telepathy. If you're like bitten by it, it can control the weather. It has an aversion to holy objects. I think there's even a pact with the devil in the movie, or something along those lines. Like it's a true supernatural movie. So that's definitely the archetypal vampire movie you should see. Blade. This is when I thought vampires got their little whole sexy ninja thing going on. I think it started with Blade, especially the ninja. Um, yeah, the ninja vampire machine gun thing going. Blade, I think, picked it up. He's a daywalker. This one, they changed it from the comic book. So this one, she's basically pregnant and she gets bit by a vampire. Okay, and that transforms the fetus, the baby, into a hybrid vampire. So I would call it the biological vampire. It's not really supernatural. So he has no weakness to sunlight. In the movie, I think he has super strength and super um, like abilities. The abilities of vampires, just none of the weaknesses. But he does have the thirst, so he does have that sort of weakness. But he takes a drug, like a vampire serum, that he's addicted to, that you know um, staves off the cravings. It's like heroin. It's like a metaphor for heroin, basically. And so, Blade, I think that was a good one. The first one, I don't know about the last two, but the first one was definitely a good, sexy ninja type of vampire. Number 3, Let Me In. The original Let Me In. I think the remake is Let the Right One In, or the names are swiped, but I'm pretty sure the original, like Swedish version, is Let Me In. This is your kid ghoul vampire, and it really got me thinking because she was bit when she was like 13, and she was bit back in like the 1600s, right? So she's been immortal, but she's been immortal as a 16-year-old child, so she has to find a way to like survive all the way up into modern times. Now it's a modern movie, but it just makes you think about, when the age that you're bitten and you die and you turn as a vampire. That's kind of age that you're stuck in, and how it really would suck to be in that position. Maybe you think you want immortality until you get it, basically. Um, I really, now that I think about it, it has a Adams Family Netflix TV show potential. If they did a remake, but I think they can make it into a TV show. Anyways, number 4, 30 Days of Night. This one's more the feral vampire type. Like, they are smart, but they're kind of just wild and like zombie-like, ripping you apart type of vampires. I would say they're biological. There wasn't really any supernatural elements like I can think about it in the movie. They may have been allergic to silver. I don't even really know. I think they just really just got stabbed in the heart, or their head chopped off. And so it was like really biological. Like, you stab anything in the heart or you chop its head off, you're gonna kill it. Abigail, this is a kid ghoul vampire. I think it came out this year or last year. I mean, 24 or 23. It was just a good movie. It's a really, really good movie. You should definitely watch that. It was funny. It's more of a comedy than anything. Vampire Hunter D, the first movie, I think it was my first foray into vampirism, or the idea of a vampire. I think that's the first time I ever came across it. It was either that or something that Stephen King wrote, or some Stephen King movie. But the first one was pretty good. They're all pretty good, actually. I don't know about the actual manga series, but the Vampire Hunter D animes, they're pretty good. Number 7, Interview with the Vampire. Vampire Hunter D. Interview with the Vampire. This was when vampires they stopped being ghoulish and looking like undead monsters, stopped being scary, and became like sexy vampire Twilight. This is where the Twilight phenomenon basically started. Everybody's a sexy vampire in this movie. Pretty good though. Very, very good. I would put this next to Bram Stoker's Dracula as the quality of storytelling and mythos in the vampire legend. They're still undead though, even though I would put them in the biological category. Okay, number 8, Underworld. This is the sexy ninja vampire. This is more along the lines of Blade. This is basically female Blade. I'm surprised they haven't did a crossover with her and Blade getting down. Now that I say it, watch it happen. She's of there are other mystical creatures in this, so this is definitely like a biological vampire. This is not as much supernatural. I think they are allergic to silver and garlic, simple tropes like that. But there's werewolves as well, and like if the series keeps going, there's probably gonna add more supernatural creatures. Believe that. Number 9, I put this as the fourth kind, just because when I was doing an analysis of the movie, The Fourth Kind, it's a documentary, I read something called Zompire when the girl was writing down her notes and everything. And when I looked it up, it actually means a vampire, like a zombie / vampire. So me personally, I put The Fourth Kind in the vampire category. So it's a vampire movie. If you ever watch it, I think it's it's a pretty interesting movie. I think it's a vampire movie. Okay, well that's my top 9 vampire movies. I thought I'd switch it up. I didn't want to do a movie review on Nosferatu. I'll just talk about the nine best vampire movies I thought. Okay, Atomic Comics out. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.